Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of December 26th. We are just going to jump right in here, Leo, and we are going to see what is going on for you at this time. We're doing a past, present, future spread. You have this 12th house card in your past. It says introspection. You have this also this Juno card that says partnership on it. So I do feel that some of you could have revisited a partnership here. You could still be with that person. So I don't know if you went back to a person. It looks pretty good to me, but again, I would say it was a positive situation. And so there you go. If you obviously didn't go back to a person, then that part of the story is not for you. Again, I wouldn't really worry too much about this tower, by the way. Pretty much every single person has had the tower again. So we're going to look into that. But I do feel like some of you have had a surprise recently with that tower card. Is it a bad surprise? I would say no. So we're going to see what comes up here, Leo. But again, you have this 12th house card and this partnership card. So I feel like for some of you, again, that it kind of makes sense that something would maybe have come back from the past here with this energy. For others, I do feel you are very focused on partnerships, not necessarily, I'm not just talking about love here. Could be like business partnerships, could be just, people you're friends with, whatever. And I do feel there could be a big focus there for you at this time. You have the King of Wands, the Ace of Swords, and the Judgment card here. It's like some sort of truth came out, I feel, with this Ace of Swords. So it's like if, there could have been some sort of truth revealed that kind of either brought a person into your life or brought a person back to you. For some of you, what's really interesting is I also, even though this is your past position, I kind of feel this could be something like a surprise that happens in the future. So you could be kind of communicating with a person. I don't think it's a past person, but I do feel like you are kind of like waking up to this person, if that makes sense, with the Judgment card. So some of you could find yourself maybe you work with a person. Maybe, I'm not saying, it's not like one of those things where this person, you don't find this person attractive or something. I feel like you find this person attractive and everything like that. But I feel like it's like, I get this feeling of maybe getting to know a person, or it's like you learn their personality or something, and it just makes them more attractive, right? So some of you, this could be like a future thing. It's like you're waking up to a person. For others, what I would say here also is that this right here, to me, is the most powerful combination in the tarot, Judgment to the Tower. And if they're connected in a reading, to me, it's definitely extremely powerful. To me, it represents like a major wake-up call, a major revelation. Number one, I feel like you need to trust your ideas about the future, whatever that means for you. Leo, that's literally what's popping into my head. You might have some ideas of what's going to happen in the future, or what your future life could be, or something like that. You have the Three of Wands going, you go Judgment, Tower, Three of Wands. Three of Wands is a card of foresight. It's literally seeing something before it happens. So I feel like you need to trust your future vision. This could be ideas on things that you want to create. Could be ideas of where you should put your money, or what you should do with your life, or if you should move or not move, or all these things are swirling around my head, and I feel like you really need to trust those ideas. You have the King of Wands here as well. I really just feel this is you. I feel like this is you kind of coming up in a very strong position. I feel like you're making very good decisions at this time. The other thing I would say is King of Wands, Tower to the Eight of Cups. I feel like you're learning that there are just certain things that you don't need to have in your life. I feel like there are certain things that you don't have to prove, is what I'm getting here as well. It's like maybe you have felt in the past that you had to prove yourself or whatever in some situations. I feel like you're kind of walking away from that energy is what I'm getting. With the King of Wands, you have this Revenge card. It's interesting that a lot of people have had this card. Almost every single sign has had this Revenge card. I would just say Mars retrograde probably. I would ignore it. I always say that during Mars retrograde, we should just ignore the, haters, the BS, whatever. So I just ignore it. With the Ace of Swords, you have this eccentricity card. And, this makes perfect sense to me as well. I feel like we're entering into a very eccentric time where probably eccentric, crazy ideas are going to be the ones that work really well. They're going to come from us. So it's like any ideas for your life or business or whatever it is that you do, that you have, I would embrace those ideas. It could surprise you how successful those, things become. With the Judgment card, you have this Appreciation card. I feel like there's a lot of abundance coming in for you here as well, Leo. There's some sort of change in your abundance. I also feel like you should be focusing on the things that you appreciate. So, sometimes I think if we just appreciate things that we appreciate more, then we get more of it. So, I would do whatever you can to practice the law of attraction. Next, in your present position, you have this Loyal Heart card. You also have this Peace card. So I feel like you are at peace. Wouldn't worry too much about that Tower. Like I said here, I feel for the most part that everyone's been getting the Tower. I also do feel there could be a major wake-up call or a major revelation happening for you at this time where you're kind of realizing certain things that need to happen in your life, or maybe you're just having certain realizations with this energy. So I definitely like to see this for you. I feel like you are focused on kind of creating more peace in your life, not worrying so much, not panicking, not having stress and all this other stuff. I don't know, all those things. It literally just popped into my head there. I was about to put the cards down, and I feel this major focus on kind of doing that, which I think is a good thing. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You have the Page of Swords, the Tower, and the 10 of Cups here. Some of you could be having children, by the way. That could have been the surprise. That could be the wake-up call that's happening here, Leo. Especially with the Judgment to this here. Card of the child, 10 of Cups, card of the family. So just putting 2 and 2 together here. I feel like I said this to you last week as well. But so that could be happening. For others, I feel that, this is fortune after difficulty. The 10 of Cups, sorry, wrong camera. So I feel for some of you, maybe you already had a Tower moment or some sort of Tower moment in your life. And again, 10 of Cups is fortune after difficulty, or good things happening after a difficult period of time. So I do feel that there could be something kind of good for you happening after a difficult period of time with this 10 of Cups energy. I also feel that there's I feel like there's some sort of happiness coming in for you with the 10 of Cups. So, I definitely like to see this for you. What else was I getting here? I was getting something else. We're going to come back to it. There was something just came in and then flipped out. So slipped out when I, on this 10 of Cups. We're going to come back to it. You have this Tower again. I feel like there could have been Tower moments, but really I feel there's a major wake-up call. Things are about to change for you in a big way. Again, this is a big change. The Tower's falling. What they have always known is collapsing, and that's why the Tower falls, because these people have been building up these walls around them in the Tower so that they can ignore reality. But it's they can no longer ignore reality. And so I definitely feel that for some of you, but I don't think it's that dramatic, right? Again, Page of Swords could be a jealous person. I would definitely be careful of jealous people, crazy people, any of that. I don't know, if you need to block people or whatever, I would definitely do that, with this energy for sure. We're going to clarify through here, and we're going to see what's going on for you. With the Page of Swords, you have this Flirtation card. I would be careful of temptation, flirting with someone else, or someone flirting with you or something like that. Although I do feel if you're looking for love, this could obviously be a new person coming in for you. And it could be someone who's a little younger than you. I feel it could also be an air sign that's coming in for you. Yeah, all I'm getting is air right now. That could change in a minute. But I do feel someone very flirtatious could be coming in for you here. Let's see. Tower. With the Tower, you have this Detachment card. So that kind of makes sense. Again, it's interesting that the people on the Tower gets reduced to the foundation. He's at sea level on this card. He's floating in the sea. It's almost as if he's been brought down as low as he can go. So some of you maybe have experienced a rock bottom moment in the past recently, the recent past or something, or some sort of separation or whatever you want to call it. But it's I guess the good news is there's no lower that you can go. Can we get more details on this? You have this Independence card. I feel like you are becoming very independent. Here's the other thing that I would say to you here, Leo, is I feel like some of you, I get a little bit of a trendsetter energy here. You have a lot of these cards that represent Aquarius here, right? And Aquarius is your opposite sign. But what I would say is I feel like you have a lot of these ideas maybe about the future with that 3 of Wands, and maybe other people don't see those ideas. So it could be, I wouldn't say it's a lonely time for you. I just think that, you're kind of putting things out into the world. Maybe people don't understand it right away, but I feel like they will. With the 10 of Cups, you have the Affair card. I don't really feel like there's an affair, but I would be careful of that. Don't let that happen. But I do feel, this card is a positive card. It is a positive love affair. It's not cheating. It's just finding a person Sorry, my camera just probably, now I can't switch it. But anyway, let's just pretend I'm switching it. Here we go. This right here is a card of like positive love coming into your life. So I do feel there is like a positive connection coming in for you here, Leo. At the end here, you have this Peacemaker card. It says a win-win approach will bring mutual gains. Love it. And you also have this card that says you are currently under construction. Please be patient. I'm wondering if that's what this jumbled mess over here at the beginning is that, you know, you're kind of like under construction. You're going through changes. You're doing things differently. Your vibration is changing. I do feel like you need to be careful with the people that come into your life because it's like you're kind of like, I feel like you're in this fluctuating energy zone. Let's put it that way. And there might be people who can like feel the increase in your energy or in your vibe, whatever you want to call it. And they, you know, might come in, take advantage of you or try to take advantage of situations. I also feel that some of you, like I feel like saying you ain't seen nothing yet. You know, it's like if you have been going through changes or, you know, even if you feel like you've peaked in life, I don't think you're even close is what this is saying. It's like saying there's more to come to your story here, Leo. You have the Three of Wands, the Four of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. I definitely feel you're kind of cutting things out and walking away from things that no longer serve you. I also feel that, you know, again, maybe you're getting some answers in like April of 2023. Something is happening in April of 2023 for you or somewhere around that time. It could be like over the summer as well, I suppose, but I don't know. I feel like there's like a big change at the time. Is it a bad change? No, hell no. But I feel like it's a change. Again, he's walking towards fulfillment. I look at the Eight of Cups as a good card because he's walking towards the Nine of Cups. He's walking towards, you know, fulfillment, happiness, joy, things that he actually wants in his life. You have the Four of Pentacles here. Four of Pentacles card of stability, but I feel like this is what you need to leave behind is security. Because there is no such thing as security. People always challenge me on this, but it's like, you know, I just tell the story. I saw a lady get hit on the road on the street once by a car. It was going very, very slow, and she died. And like on a very safe road, very safe street, very slowly. It's like, you know, that really woke me up because it basically said, guess what? There's nothing safe. There's nothing secure in life. So like, unless you're going to wrap yourself in a bubble, as I always say, it's like you might as well take some risks. You might as well leave some comfort zones because, again, are we truly safe? Hell no, we're not. It's like, you know, an asteroid could hit the Earth tomorrow and we could all, you know, be vaporized instantly. So I know that's a dark thought, but it's totally possible, right? So what I would say here is like, what are you afraid of? I feel like you need to face some sort of fear with that Four of Pentacles. Could be about taking a risk in, I am getting like work or business, so some of you might be taking some sort of risk there. You have the Three of Wands. I think this is your most important card here. I feel like you need to trust your visions. I feel like you need to trust your, like what you see in the future. I feel like you're right, whatever that is. So I feel like you need to trust your like inner voice. I feel if you feel that you need to like go on some sort of adventure, if you feel like you need to move, or if you need to expand in other places in your life, that's exactly what I would be doing, you know, with this Three of Wands energy. The other thing is, again, by the way, like I said with the Tower, like every single person, again, has had the Tower, so it really wouldn't surprise me if there was some sort of global Tower moment. With the Three of Wands, you have this practicality card. I think you need to be impractical. Again, you have the eccentricity card. It's like, you know, I feel like being too practical. He is being too practical on the Three of Wands. He's waiting for the perfect moment when there never will be a perfect moment to do something. So, you know, the time is now, Leo. The time to, you know, take a risk, put yourself out there, do something crazy. The time is now with that energy. With the Four of Pentacles, you have this decision card. What is the decision that needs to be made about your principles? So, you know, if you have a decision to make, I would just follow your heart, basically, with this principles card. Or maybe you have certain principles in life, and that's what I feel like you need to stick to. I do get something here. Like, I would be careful of, I would just be careful of, like, I'm not saying you would do something, but, you know, I think good people get caught up in bad stuff all the time. So what I would say here is, like, you know, I just felt something shady in this middle row. And so, like, I would be careful of, like, shady people in business. I would be careful of doing something shady that doesn't feel right. You know, I wouldn't say this is a warning, Leo, but I don't know. I just feel it. I have to say it. So, there you go. With the Eight of Cups, you have this resistance card here. A little bit resistant to change, maybe. Some of you. And so, I feel like some of you need to, like, walk away from things that no longer serve you. For some of you, you might feel like you're walking away from everything you've always wanted, right? So you might be walking away from something knowing that like just isn't working out. Maybe you feel like it's everything you wanted, but it's just not working out. It feels like business. I just need a final outcome to Leo's reading, please, because this is confusing. You have the sun, really good, a lot of happiness, joy, good things coming in for you. Here, I already know where this is going, Leo. I'm wondering if your reading is like your thoughts, right? Like where your thoughts are going. Maybe you're thinking that things are worse than they actually are, or maybe you have like a more pressure on you in your life in general. That's kind of like what I feel. But it's like the outcome looks amazing. You have the Four of Cups here. Like things still aren't perfect, but the Four of Cups is about kind of like mixing things together. I always say like he's trying, like if you were trying to manifest a cake, the Four of Cups would represent manifesting the flour, the sugar, the eggs. It's like you actually have everything you need. You just need to mix it all together. And you have the Devil. I would be careful of toxic energy for sure. But really what I feel like this is saying is that the whole thoughts thing, it's like your thoughts are in one direction, or maybe your feelings as well, but like where your life is actually going is somewhere much, much better than you think. So I feel like you need to, like a little bit of needing to get out of your head with this reading for sure. So there you go. We're going to pull 5 main themes now. So you have this skull card. It says hidden secrets can harm you. Again, this card has come up multiple times as well in these readings. So I don't really feel this is secrets, but I would just say I would be careful of secrets. Again, not really a warning. I really don't. It's kind of like a weird message I've never had. But again, I would just make sure you're doing everything like above board. Don't try to be tricky, sneaky. Don't try to hide money, like stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know. I just have something here popping to my head about that. So I'm just going to put it out there. You have this Forest card. It says muddled, unclear thinking. I do see that here. Again, I was kind of like saying that at the beginning of this reading, it's like not a bad reading either, which is interesting, minus the Tower. But, there's like a little bit of a lack of clarity, or maybe you need to be more confident about yourself, right? Maybe you need to believe in yourself a little bit more here, because I actually feel like you could be much more successful than you think. But I feel like you have to like kind of like put the work in with this energy to be more successful. I feel like you have to put the work in to kind of like make things happen, if that makes sense. And, it's like maybe you don't know exactly where you're going, but I kind of feel this is starting to give me the vibes of like you reinventing yourself. Again, you have that you are under construction, so you could be going through a reinvention. You have this career card. Whenever I get one of these ones, these green ones, if you can see that, I always clarify it. It just says career. You have this dog close up. It says pleasure with a close friend. I do feel some of you, didn't I say something at the beginning about business relationships? Or I think I did. So if you are thinking about entering into business with a friend, this could be a good idea. I feel there's like a lot of assistance for you as well. Like if you have a business or a career or anything like that, I feel that there could be like a lot of people who want to give you advice, who want to help you, guide you, like all that stuff. And, I would just embrace the help if there are people who want to help you. Next, you have this wheel card. It says indecisiveness, allowing your life to ramble aimlessly. That's like the entire reading. I would be careful of being indecisive. I would make sure. I'm wondering also, you have that flirtation card. It's like, I feel like you're flirting with success in so many ways with this reading. I think what's getting in the way is maybe assumptions, right? Like assuming that, especially in work or business, if you're flirting with new ideas that could be very successful, you could be thinking about the idea and saying, oh no, it won't work because of X, Y, and Z. I feel like this is saying, no, if you're getting weird, eccentric ideas, like with that eccentric card, try it, because you never know what might work. And, I would just be trying your crazier ideas here, because I feel like there's a lot of success that could be coming in for you with this energy. It's like once you make a decision, that's where things are going to like really take off for you. You have this Horse card. It says short journey on it. I'm going to clarify this one as well. You have this Teardrops card. It says great personal sorrow. These cards are a little bit negative. I don't think there's anything sad coming in for you, but I do feel like some of you, it's like there could be a canceled vacation or something like that coming up for you here as well. I kind of feel some of you could be making the decision to cancel something, is what I'm getting as well, like a vacation or traveling or something like that, because I almost feel like some of you are kind of like saying to yourself, I want to sit down and get my life in order. Like, and you literally could be doing that. Like, I literally feel like you could be like saying, at the end of the year here, I'm going to cancel this vacation. I need to save some money, and I want to write down what I expect of the next year or something. I feel like that would be a very good thing for you to do with this energy, but pretty weird reading. The readings have been kind of weird this week, I will say. So thank you for being here, Leo. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your Sun, Moon, and Rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.